Hey guys, I want to share with you my recipes organizer template which I've been using for a couple of weeks now, and I think it has all I need in one place. So before using Notion for organizing my recipes, I used to use Paprika, which is a really nice app, but it had its downsides for me. And I had another really annoying problem with the recipes that I wanted to try. They were scattered all over different platforms, in my Facebook saves, Pinterest boards, YouTube playlists, Instagram saves, and even regular bookmarks. I'd be scrolling and I'd find something that I really want to try, and it usually just ends up forgotten about. And even if I remember it, I have to remember where exactly it's saved, right? So the system here I've been using addresses all of that, plus some other extra features that I'm really excited to show you. Okay, so this is the home page of the template, and you can see here I have 3 main databases and a few other helper pages too. So on my recipes page, I have all the recipes that I have already tried, liked, and intend to prepare again. I also have different views here. So I have a view for meal types, for example. This is just a board view displaying all the recipes by categories. I also have a view for our absolute favorites, and the rest is just a view of each category, and I have the recipes organized by their difficulty level. Okay, so let me show you what a recipe looks like. So we have here this apple pie recipe, and on the left I have all the ingredients. And there are a couple of reasons why I have them in a database and not like in a regular text block. First of all, I like to have the ingredients sorted by where they are stored. So I get everything from the fridge first, and then everything that's in the pantry, and so on. Second, and the main reason that I really use a database, is that it enables me to quickly scale the amount without having to do any math while in the kitchen. Let me show you. So these ingredients are for 8 servings. Let's say I want 10. I have, it's me, my husband, and I have another 8 people coming over, so I want 10 servings. I can change that field of the new servings here to 10, and you see that the amount changes right away without having to do any math. This feature is inspired from Paprika, and it's something that I use a lot. And when I decided to migrate from Paprika, I knew that this is something that I will have to somehow add to Notion, and I'm glad I managed to do it. Okay, so on the right side we have the instructions here, but I also have an embedded widget of a timer. So if an instruction requires doing something for like less than 30 minutes or so, I don't want to be exiting Notion and setting an alarm. I want to be able to do it inside of Notion itself. So this here, for example, says whisk in 3 tablespoons of flour, then simmer for 1 minute, whisking constantly. I set the timer to a minute, and when it's done it will give this beep sound. Well, let me show you better. Here I'll set it to 3 seconds, and there we go. Okay, I also have this nutrition table. It's written using formulas because I think it looks neater, but I think you can just copy paste or take a screenshot if you don't want to spend the time doing it. Right, so at the bottom here I have some useful toggles. The stickers are really cool collection of food and cooking icons and stickers that just can make a recipe look way more fun. And I have them categorized by food, tools, stickers, and people to make looking for stickers easier. And you can see I have used a few here, and of course you can use them to add like icon for the recipe without leaving Notion. Then I have my food pics. This isn't a database, but it's a link to the food pics on my Google Photos. because as I told you, the recipes here were recipes that I've already tried, so I like to add a picture of my application of the recipe. This here is the first apple pie that I ever baked. Okay, so then I have a unit converter widget. I'm used to the metric system, but many recipes online are written in the imperial system. Can't do anything about it. So this is helpful when I am like editing the recipe, and I could just delete the widget completely when I'm done, but I just like to leave it there. Okay, so the last two toggles are a bit experimental. Basically, I'm trying to do with all the cooking tips and tricks that's scattered all over my platforms the same with my recipes. I want to collect them in one database, and hopefully I'll finally add some filters in each recipe to show the relating tips. Finally, this kitchenware base is a link to a database I have that have like 80% of everything that's in my home. I originally built this base on Airtable over the 3 years I've been engaged to my now husband. I built it to help us manage, building our home. So each item we bought, starting from like the plates and forks and knives to the TV and our bedroom, everything we bought, we had it recorded in here. So I've been married for 2 years now. I was thinking maybe I can make use of it by showing in each recipe the kitchenware that I will need to prepare in advance with the ingredients. But I'm still experimenting with that. I'm not sure if I'll finally go with it. Okay, so I have a recipe template that I use when creating a new recipe, and that's what it looks like. And the only thing I want to note here is that in the ingredients section, while editing the recipe, I'll have it in a table view for easier data entry. And once I'm done, I'll delete the view and keep the display view, which is just the gallery view you've seen in the other recipes. Okay, so the second database here is the meal bases. This is where I have recipes that's usually prepared together. Let's take the cinnamon rolls for example. I don't just prepare the rolls, but I also prepare the chocolate sauce and the other creamy sauce and maybe the caramel sauce. So I have here all the food I need for all the recipes I'm preparing, organized by where they are stored, and then I have all the detailed ingredients listed, so I can make sure I have all the amounts needed before starting. And after that, and this is like the hard part, I mix the instructions of all the recipes I'm preparing so I don't waste any time. I know this requires a bit of effort the first time you set it up, but I promise it saves a ton of time, and that is something that I really appreciate when I'm in the kitchen. Okay, so the last main database is the Wanna Try database. I use Notion's web clipper whenever I encounter some recipe that I want to try and add it here. So later, when I want to try something new, I'll just take a look here. I don't add any of these recipes into my main recipes space until I try it and actually like it and decide that I want to prepare it again. So I have here the tried view, which contains recipes that I tried, I liked, and now all I need is to rewrite them into my basic template. Right, now we're left with the helpers pages. So we have here the food base, and you can see it has a list of all food items and the recipes they are used in. I didn't build this base actively, but each time I add a new recipe, I create the food items in it while adding the ingredients. And what else? So we have here the tips and tricks page that I'm still building, and Here is the stickers gallery, which now have like 800 pictures. I don't think I'm gonna add any more. And finally, the ingredients page, which is meaningless on its own, but it's what is used inside the recipes template. So I don't ever like open it and add records, but it gets updated each time I add a new recipe. Inside each individual recipe there is a link to this page with a filter selecting the ingredients inside this recipe only. That's what you've seen earlier. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you can find it useful in some way. The template is available for you to duplicate. You will find all the links in my blog. I'll have a link in the description box. I'm happy to answer your questions, and thanks.